Hello Capricorn, welcome or welcome back. It's good to see you. This is your timeless collective reading, so it doesn't matter when you see this. If the message resonates, then it's for you. Also be sure to check out the description box where I will leave some journal prompts for you based on this reading. Okay, let's go into your pre-shuffled cards and we'll see where the message takes us. In terms of oracle cards, you've got Awake, Love, Waxing, Waning, and at the bottom of the deck is Smell. Now, I also was pre-shuffling your tarot deck and the Two of Pentacles jumped out. And I wanted to point this card out to you as well right away because I'm noticing a common theme or a common denominator amongst all of these cards, including the Two of Pentacles. And that is there's this through line here, a common theme of ebb and flow, the movement of ebb and flow. That's pretty obvious with the Two of Pentacles, right? He's juggling two things, ebb and flow, ebb and flow. He's trying to remain in the center point so he can stay balanced while he's juggling these two things, going back and forth, back and forth. There's the steam rising from the cup of tea. The smoke is ebbing, right? It's swirling in this kind of motion, just like coming out of the perfume bottle. There's the scent molecules ebbing and flowing, swirling up, just like out of the cup of tea. It's almost identical. And then, of course, we've got the snakes intertwining, ebbing and flowing, ebbing and flowing. And waxing, waning is pretty obvious. Waxing and waning, waxing and waning. So the theme right now, and I just saw 222 on the timer. Yes, the theme right now is ebb and flow, back and forth, in and out, being in a flow state, riding the waves and the rhythms of life, maybe moving with your own rhythms or the rhythms of nature. But even more than that, it feels to me, especially with this Two of Pentacles, like you are weaving together two things to make a third new thing. You're going back and forth because you're bringing two things together. These could be literally two things, two objects, two houses. This could be two realities, two families, two people, two experiences. This could be the past and the future, or the past and the present, the future and the present. I don't know what you're doing. But it's almost like with the Temperance card, right? It reminds me of the Temperance card, being able to alchemize and blend two things together to create a new third thing. And I really feel intuitively like that is what you're doing for yourself, whether you realize it or not. This might be a totally unconscious process, or you may be very aware that you're doing this. But that's what's happening. You're creating a new thing, a new reality out of this movement of ebb and flow, in and out, combining two things, right? So the guidance here from Spirit, in order to support yourself at this time as you move through this beautiful weaving creative process, the guidance here is for you to, as much as you can, slow down, be present, and enjoy the moment. Enjoy the moment. And when you do that, when you bring more presence and awareness to the moment, you awaken to things you didn't notice before. Obviously, owl energy is coming forward for you. This is about the powers of observation and psychic insight, actually. Presence will allow you to awaken to things you didn't see before, things you didn't know before, small details that you overlooked but are actually quite critical to your creative process. That's what I'm hearing. And it's so funny with smell at the bottom of the deck. I mean, obviously, to me, this, underlying everything, this is an invitation for you to sort of really sink into simple pleasures, luxury, and self-care. Slow down and take good care of yourself, right? Go for those simple pleasures. Cancer got a very similar message, and I think Gemini did too. This has come up a couple times this week for other signs, this concept of just enjoying simple pleasures and the power of that. But also with smell, it is the sense that is the most closely associated with memory. So maybe when you give yourself permission to slow down and just be present and enjoy the moment and notice things you haven't before, something about that could be like triggering memories coming up that will feed into this new reality or this new thing that you're creating. I know this is kind of like a big abstract message, but this is just what wants to come through. And with the love and the waxing waning card, I feel like that plays right into what I've said. Love is all about self-love. Love yourself enough to breathe. Love yourself enough to slow down and enjoy the moment. Enjoy this process of creation and don't force anything, right? Don't force anything. Move with your own rhythms. Move with nature's rhythms, right? There's a time for everything. There's a place for everything. There's a time to be on this end of things. There's a time to be on that end of things. There's a time to flow in between, right? Like everything has its time. Moving with natural rhythms and divine timing. It's very, very interesting. I don't know what exactly you're doing, but it sounds potentially very beautiful. Now the two of Pentacles can indicate feeling a little bit overwhelmed, a little bit stretched, maybe frazzled, right? It can kind of indicate that you're trying to smile through the chaos. You're putting on a front of being okay when really under the surface you're like, I'm hanging on by a thread here, right? But at the same time, you are meant to be doing what you're doing. You are being called to create something new for yourself out of these various pieces. And so again, the guidance here from Spirit is just how you can support yourself in this process, because this is what you are supposed to be doing. Okay, where do we want to go from here, Spirit? Okay, what else does Capricorn need to know or do at this time? Ooh, King of Cups. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is the epitome of slowing down and being exquisitely present with your own emotions, with your own feelings, being your own emotional container, right? Giving yourself the space to maybe journal about how you're feeling or talk out loud to yourself or whatever you need to do to process your feelings, right? There are a lot of emotions here. Maybe part of what you're blending is different emotions within yourself. You're blending. It's like maybe on one hand you feel this way about something, but you also feel this way about it at the same time. Maybe you have sort of like disparate emotions that you're coming to understand. When you hold space for both ends of the spectrum of your emotions, suddenly they can integrate and you'll arrive with a new perspective. that third thing is maybe a new perspective, a new emotion that is the blended result of both. I hope that makes sense, right? This could also indicate the need for you to seek emotional containment from another person. If you feel like you need to, reach out to somebody, a trusted friend or a loved one, a mentor, a therapist, anybody who you really trust to just give you unconditional presence with no judgment, right? That might be something that some of you need to do. If you can't give that emotional containment to yourself, then seek it in another person, okay? But it's very, very important for you to do that right now, for you to find a way, find a space where you can fully process your feelings. And the King of Cups is also about intuition, right? Part of being able to listen to your intuition is being, let's say, clear of any emotional charge. 11:11 on the timer. Okay. Yeah, I just had this conversation with, was it Libra? I can't quite remember. I had a conversation like this with another sign recently about, oh no, it was Pisces. I think it was Pisces. Your personal, subjective, emotional reactions are not intuition, right? So in order to listen to your intuition, which is part of what will guide you through this ebb and flow creative process, you need to be sort of emotionally clear so that you can be level-headed and objective, because intuition is just information, right? It's not personal emotional projections, right? So clearing out your emotions on a regular basis actually helps you to be more connected to your intuition, your objective, neutral, intuitive knowing. Anything else? There it is. Oh my gosh, Page of Cups. From King of Cups to Page of Cups. Yeah, this is your intuition talking to you. Oh my gosh. Look at these. Yep. When you give yourself the right emotional containment and room to express and process, then suddenly your intuition is just like, boop, here I am. It's very simple. It's very clear. It's very straightforward. Wow, that was great confirmation. Okay. Let's go into this journal prompt deck that I made. I'm going to pull a journal prompt for you, and then we'll do a closing message from another oracle deck. What journal prompt wants to come forward for the collective of Capricorn at this time? Journal prompt wants to come forward for the collective of Capricorn at this time, please. Capricorn. That's too many. Okay, number 33. What do you desire that you're scared to admit to, and why? I think doing a big emotional clearing, let's say an emotional purge, actually, that's what's coming to me right now, an emotional purge. I'm seeing you journaling. I'm seeing you just writing stream of consciousness, no holding back, no judgment. Nobody has to see this but you. You can burn it after if you want to. It's like you've got to get all these emotions out. Like I feel emotional conflict I'm also hearing. Yeah, again, like you might feel conflicting emotions about something. And when you get them all out, like both sides of how you feel all out onto paper with no filter, suddenly you're able to work with them and integrate them and blend them and come to a really profound personal truth that holds both. sides of you, right? So anyway, that kind of emotional clearing that you give yourself, that's going to allow personal truth to arise. And maybe there is something that you want that you haven't been able to admit to yourself. Maybe some part of you thinks it's impossible, right? So you don't even let yourself entertain the desire because you just think, oh, that's impossible. I won't even let myself go there, right? Interesting. What are you desiring that you're scared to admit to? And maybe that's why you're doing this kind of back and forth, ebb and flow, blending movement, whatever it is, right? Because it's, how do I say this? It's like you're slowly but surely, through weaving all these parts together, you're arriving at new understandings. These new understandings and this new perspective will allow you to embrace the truth of what you really want. Interesting. Okay. All right, let's do a closing message from Into the Lonely Woods. Okay. Closing message for Capricorn. Closing message for Capricorn, please. More owl energy. I was literally just gonna say, I would strongly encourage you to work with the energy of owl at this time. Ooh, oh my gosh. Stop. You saw me shuffle. I can't. It's literally number 31, ebbs and flows. I'm not kidding you. Look at ebbs and flows. It is a waterfall. Okay. Let's see what the guidebook says. Wow. There will always be moments where we find ourselves unable to find our place within the world. Those we once knew have fallen away, and those we have yet to form trust and loving relationships with are yet to come. We are sometimes given responsibilities to care for on our own when we thought they would be shared. It is natural to contemplate what we may be doing, quote unquote, wrong or is lacking in us, but this will pass. The truth is, we all go through the initiations of companionship and solitude, of intimacy and estrangement, of deep understanding and the grief of being misunderstood or abandonment. This moment is an ebb, but soon the flow of companionship will come. Friendship and love will surely flow back to you, as too will that true and deep sense of belonging. Woo. So yeah, this is about the ebb and flow of emotions. And look at this waterfall. To me, this is just like that emotional purge. It's like release the emotional dam and just let the waters flow uninhibited, unfiltered. Let your emotions flow in a safe container, whether that's with yourself or a trusted person, right? You don't want to, release the dam in an inappropriate time and place. You want to, that's part of self-love, is giving yourself proper, safe containment to express yourself, not just doing it anywhere at any time with anyone, right? But this release of emotions, it's just going to be so powerful. It's going to clear so much. Ooh, and allow you to really tap into your intuitive knowing. and your capacity to be more present, which will then allow you to awaken to things you didn't know before, things you didn't see before, memories that were suppressed. There's so much here. I hope that this was helpful, or at least thought-provoking, Capricorn. I know this is kind of maybe like symbolic and a big picture message, but it's what wanted to come through. So please leave any questions or comments down below. I would love to hear from you. I will put this journal prompt in the description box as well as several others. Okay. All right. Until next time. Bye.